And welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Robyn Zimmerman. Steve Gaito has joined us once again. As you know, he is a certified financial planner. Steve has just returned from a very important conference. It's actually a Roth Conversion conference, but we're going to talk about that and what he learned, and then kind of what's been going on with the federal government, and should we be concerned about what's happening with the stock market and so forth. So Steve, you're up in North Carolina and Marion, so how you doing?
I'm doing well. It's finally starting to feel like spring up here. Still a little chilly in the morning. It's 32 degrees when I woke up, but it's supposed to get up in the 60s, so all's good here.
Beautiful. Well, share with us a little bit about this educational conference that you were at.
Yeah, it's a company called Stonewood, and they bring together some top advisors to just discuss the issues that are real prevalent right now. And one of those is Roth IRAs. And one statistic that stood out to me was that of baby boomers, only 9% of them have done a Roth conversion. And to me, that just seemed amazing that that number was so low, because the folks that have saved, and I'm not talking about folks that have $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in an IRA. We're talking about folks that have $500,000 to $5 million in it. They did a great job of taking advantage of the tax laws while they were working, and now they're going into retirement, and 91% of them are fumbling the ball right at the goal line.
Right. And so, what lessons did you learn? So what are folks needing to do at this point about that?
Yeah, so it's really an analysis is the bottom line, because no two people are the same. And people have been told, and I would argue that they've been given incomplete information about conversions, because the math shows a very different story. Because people don't want to pay more taxes right now, and yet with taxes low, and regardless of what happens with Trump and the Trump tax laws, as long as they have the marriage penalty where one spouse dies, there's going to be an increase in taxes for a couple. And so the other factor that comes into play is IRMA, which is how your income is impacted or impacts the premium that you pay for your Medicare insurance and your Part D drug plan. So, it becomes a really neat mathematical exercise. I'm a numbers geek, and so I love that part of it. But to be able to sit down with a client and show them in real numbers how the most efficient way to do a Roth conversion is. And it's very different from what most people think. A lot of them think you spread it out over 10 years, and yet the most efficient ones seem to be doing it over a 2 to 3 year period.
Okay. All right, very good. Let's switch gears a minute, Steve, and you want to give us kind of your thoughts about what's going on in the federal government and stock market?
Yeah, if we can take politics out of it, then, markets go up and down. And if you're apprehensive about the market, that tells you that you probably need to look at other options. There are products out there that take that volatility out of the market. It basically eliminates the downside. And if you solve for income, this is the one thing I know doing it 30 years. If you solve for income and that income's coming in every single month, regardless of what the stock market does, you'll feel a lot more comfortable about your retirement plan. And so just like your working career, when the market goes up, you don't get too excited. When it goes down, it doesn't bother you that much if you've replaced your paycheck. And that's the bottom line. Those that have done that are not really worried about what's going on with the market. It's going to go up and it's going to go down.
So I think the message is just be patient and wait.
Yeah, and have a plan. I mean, we talk about it every single month. If you don't have a plan, you're going to have anxiety. And knowing that you can solve these things, they're not difficult things to solve. But people are given, this was the other thing, is that there are millions upon millions of dollars spent marketing by these major mutual fund companies to get people to try to keep their money in their 401ks or in the IRAs. My problem with managed money, and I love people that manage money. I try to do it, and it's one of the hardest things I've ever tried to do. But those that are using managed money in their IRA are actually paying a fee for the government's benefit. And to me personally, that doesn't make sense.
Well, great update and lots of information. Thank you for kind of sifting through it for us, Steve Gaito, retirement manager and planner for us on our finances. Thank you so much, Steve, and stay warm up there, and let's welcome spring.
Let's do it.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.